Mr. Skills here. This is the most freaking funniest thing ever, to be honest, dude. In this freaking realm, I remember like when like watching like Skizadum's Skizadum's video about basically this freaking like in this freaking realm, the freaking karma is inverted. You need to be a bad person in order to succeed in this freaking stupid reality. To be honest, dude, not like a good guy. To be honest, dude, not like a good guy. To be honest, dude. Bad is a reward more than freaking good. For some odd reason, no fucking like theodicy itself will say that thing. For some odd reason itself there, when one is just making good in this reality itself, or just you're fucking honest to yourself though. You're fucking honest to yourself. Not only like honest in a sense of basically destructive honesty itself, but you're doing good. You're doing good. Why the heck is basically like you're doing good in this freaking realm itself? You're doing good in this freaking realm itself. I remember it says one. I I consulted I consulted with my mother, a therapist. I know it's freaking like the therapist, more like the rapist. That the rapist, dude. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That basically like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, big about this OJT freaking garbage, to be honest. Is absolutely not at all complacent or basically committed in that crap, but basically being like a blood donor, he is. Being a blood donor, he is. Or I've seen like a lot of basically dudes as well on that net that basically watch this as well. Like, why the heck is basically like being good in this fucking realm itself is basically labeled as schizophrenic, or just basically not judge, just basically like judge in a sense of fucking unfair, unfair freaking level, dude. Unfair freaking level, to be honest, dude. This just this freaking realm is basically for the retards, to be honest, dude. This is for the retards or the one that cannot think. In a sense, they cannot comprehend the fucking truth in itself, though. Or just this idea of honesty, this idea of truth or honesty itself, that the one is literally good in nature. Ev- Everything itself is good in nature. Not everything, or human itself is good in nature, as said by freaking like um yeah Mencius, by Mencius. And at all, this is basically their heart itself, or just basically their truest essence. And for some odd reason itself, is basically like doing good stuff itself. It's just specifically when it's just basically kind of like, I don't know, just basically suddenly itself there suddenly in your family itself you're just doing good outside, to be honest, dude. Doing good outside, picking up the trash, or just basically helping other freaking people, helping other people, being freaking good itself. It's just basically, oh, what the heck is mental illness, dude? It's freaking mental illness. Like, what the heck? I would see this basically the freaking like it's schizo. Basically, the most schizophrenic dudes are just basically the normal people compared to freaking like the actual or the honest freaking person itself. There having like integrity though, but just basically just freaking honest. That's basically the point. Like, oh my gosh, this freaking schizo. It has a mental illness. He's just doing good. He's doing good to other people. Like, what the freaking heck? What the freaking heck? In an even like extent, in an even like extent itself of just helping in a sense of basically like freaking like risking your freaking life, to be honest, dude. Helping like literally like the bog, helping literally like the bogs and ants itself, and not only bugs and ants itself, like helping freaking like the cockroaches, helping like freaking cockroach, and having freaking like compassion itself there to freaking like every life on earth, dude. I don't know, like what's freaking like wrong with it. I don't know, like what's freaking wrong with it, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it. There's nothing wrong with it. For some reason, it's persecuted and really ostracized even. I, or the speaker, yearn for basically kind of like turn for a better world, to be honest, dude. But in a sense, if not basically a better world as is now, but at least like openness itself. In a sense, there could be a time. I know it's really freaking stuff there. It's really like freaking. There could be a time itself that basically like freaking like one would just open and everybody would just open itself and just basically just live in a freaking like a paradise, to be honest, dude. Sometimes self was basically the context or the idea of karma in this reality itself. And also specifically as well, there's a negativity bias of the mind itself that would prefer the negative, that would prefer the negative. That's why this around spiritually to as well speaking, spiritually speaking, physically and spiritually speaking, a spiritual realm, like 90%, like 90%, just basically there's a lot of freaking bad stuff there, to be honest, dude. Not a lot of bad stuff, but basically like deceptions and such there. This freaking reality just wants you to pay for this reality, or just not earth, this realm just wants you to be freaking bad, to be honest, dude. Wants you to be bad and go to the hierarchy itself and such. Go to the hierarchy itself, manipulate, deceive, exploiting other people there. In a sense, they're even saying that good itself is evil, because the issue itself is just basically humanity is pure. Oh, humanity is pure, but with one with intellect itself, not humanity, but I've seen this freaking one itself there by this section of the hyperborean knowledge about Conan, the movie there, a movie of freaking like Arnie, about Arnie, to be honest, not about, but basically there's Arnie or Star Arnie with it. There's basically freaking like the tribe itself is so innocent, and then come this freaking the raiders itself that has consciousness itself, or just intellect, or just knowledge that can exploit and just enslave like the freaking pure people, to be honest, dude. I remember as well like freaking seeing this thing as well though. There's a basically a guy on the net that basically like middle finger a cow eating there, us or basically the one that sees it itself there. The speaker itself, which is basically the speaker, it's not speaker, but basically as I see that freaking stuff there, being a human itself, they say just a cow is just free in itself, but basically like freaking like we see freaking evil, not evil, but basically like freaking like the most offensive, derogatory, repulsive stuff as good. Freaking like the children itself, there's freaking like writing freaking palaces, to be honest, dude. Writing palaces, to be honest, dude. And also we are actually like a contributor of that stuff too as well though. Kind of genetically speaking itself there. Basically the accumulation itself, they freaking like the DNA being shaped itself to like freaking like stuck in this freaking like stupid like freaking like Muladhara chakra, or basically this lower root chakra, to be honest though. With chakra, that's pretty much it. Basically like Muladhara chakra, is it the root chakra, but it's basically the root chakra, or just food, sex, and shelter there. I hope boundaries be destroyed though. Not boundaries, but basically like openness again. Be open again. That's it. I remember itself as basically seeing this perfect world, to be honest though. But the perfect world, it's the perfect world of religious isness. And one is is basically accommodatory. I don't know. This is freaking like I don't know, made up word. Basically, just accommodatory, or just basically an accommodation itself, or just basically with tribes. Because in society itself, it's really impossible to basically manage a freaking nation. Though I don't really think impossible to manage a nation. To be honest, but just a group and tribe is enough. A group and tribe is enough. Not family, but group and tribe itself is just enough. And there's basically like people self can use basically like an individualistic path itself and just go on their own. In a sense, it's a world of basically freedom itself. Not not just a world of freedom itself, but basically of trust. It's the most biggest thing ever, the also biggest thing ever to just trust. World. If there's a world of trust itself, then just yeah, a world of trust, then we just yeah. To be honest itself, there whenever I see in my imagination itself, or not imagination itself, but basically the transcendent world itself, like seeing itself. I don't know, basically. Yeah, as said before, I interact with fictional characters, but I interact as well with this other stuff too as well, though. Other stuff too as well, like deities and such in their true form, and actually just not just in freaking like some poster false like crap, to be honest, dude. False like crap, or just their essence itself. They can be at times basically their world itself, not their world, not their world, or basically there's a perfect world that's just so freaking blissful as heck. So blissful, it's just so so blissful, it's just so freaking loving, to be honest, dude. Not just basically not just a loving to me, not just a loving, but basically just, oh my gosh, you feel at home in this world. You're not at home, dude. Even you're at home, you're not at home. You do not feel warm, to be honest, dude. You feel freaking hollow in this account, to be honest. There, probably like Augustine said this, but basically in this world, this basically just as said on prior itself, that basically this freaking like bad karma is strong in this reality. That's bad karma, but basically bad karma is just much more rewarding for some odd reason. But in this realm itself, realm itself about guilt, not really guilt, but basically in the city of man, one cannot see freaking justice. This world is basically inclined to defend family itself. So what do you freaking expect, dude? What do you expect? Family ain't bad, but in a sense, he's so for some reason, she's so not she, but basically it's so freaking strong, or just basically the dark family is so ridiculously strong in this reality, dude. Reality, though, in a sense, like chaos and entropy itself. To be honest, dude, attributes of this what the freaking hell, to be honest, in this world, though. If the world is designed in substance to that, then good good is still possible in this realm, but in a sense it's just kind of like a nihilistic sense, in a nihilistic sense of seeing it. It's just basically like blah blah dee, oh blah blah, life goes on, yeah, blah blah blah, blah, life goes on. Or just basically the fucking, or is just basically just fleeting as heck. So yeah, in a sense, it's just much better to live in fucking imagination compared to this fucking world. To be honest, dude, this world does nothing to the fucking, does nothing to fucking sorb. To be honest, dude, there's nothing to be, there's nothing to be honest, dude. There's one thing of just escaped in this fucking realm. To be honest, dude. In a sense, or just basically like the abolishment that the basic abolishment to the people that basically like sent us here, to be honest, though. Sent us here, though. There's basically there's basically abduction, or basically like apprehension of this freaking piece of crops, to be honest, dude. Like this piece of crops, to be honest. How, whatever their freaking name is, like freaking archons or freaking reptiles, to be honest, they send us this freaking stupid realm, to be honest, dude. Let their freaking like homeland be burned, to be honest, dude. Let their homeland be burned, to be honest. They're freaking God itself there to give. That's it. Like that's basically that. Like in this realm, it's just so freaking weird, dude. No amount of theodicy will justify the freaking negativity in this realm. The most scariest part in this film, as said by earlier videos, is just not horror. It's just basically not really evil, but horror, or basically the ifness, not is, but basically the if. This idea itself that basically horror can thrive in this reality itself. It's just left unchecked by the universe, though. So yeah, that's it. I will not serve. That's it. As said basically by the dragon so against Michael though. But not in a sense of freaking like leftist, not leftist like a left hand pad crap to be honest there, but basically the freaking the basically the freaking but basically the cry of the spirit itself. Cry of the spirit against the freaking false god to be honest, dude. Like the false god itself, that's it. Even against this realm itself. Or just basic against this realm itself. Against the realm itself. Even freaking Jesus would agree in that stuff as well, or the Gnostic Christ itself would agree in that stuff. Agree on that stuff itself. That's against the freaking stupid reality itself. I will not serve. I will not serve. I will not get basically freaking like absorbed in soul soup. Freaking like soul soup, man. It's freaking like soul soup. I don't agree. I don't know to freaking absorbed by basically just light. No. No, I don't want to reincarnate. We can stupid around. That's it. Scales out.